Imagine if most relationship conflicts could be resolved with one simple adjustment. It's not a complex therapy method or an emotional monologue. It's a practical change anyone can start today. In this discussion, we'll explore how one communication technique can transform your relationships, whether with your partner, your children, or even yourself. Along the way, we'll uncover how this shift can influence your brain, your body, your stress levels, and your personal growth. We'll delve into mindset, health, emotional intelligence, and how your relationships can become a powerful tool for self-improvement. Conflicts often begin with something minor, a forgotten chore like taking out the trash, but they rarely stay small, do they? That's because the real issue isn't about the surface problem. It's about deeper emotions, feeling dismissed, unappreciated, or misunderstood. Research shows that most recurring arguments in relationships stem from unmet emotional needs, not practical ones. When we don't feel seen or heard, even small issues can trigger big reactions. By addressing the emotional root, we stop treating the symptoms and start healing the cause. It's like treating the flu instead of just wiping your nose. The key is to mirror and validate. Mirroring means rephrasing what the other person said to show you truly understand them. Validation is about acknowledging their feelings, even if you don't agree. For instance, if your partner says you never listen, you might respond, "So you're feeling unheard when I'm on my phone during our talks." That makes sense. This small change can diffuse tension and open up meaningful dialogue. Studies show that couples who practice this approach see a 70% drop in repeated conflicts. Listening without trying to fix the problem is how trust, respect, and emotional safety are built. Enjoyed the video so far? If you have, hit the like and subscribe. It really supports the channel and lets me know you appreciate the content. Don't forget to check out the recommended reading in the description. Let's get back to it. Mindfulness isn't about perfection, it's about staying present. During an argument, our instincts often take over and things can quickly escalate. But when you pause, take a breath, and respond with intention instead of reacting impulsively, everything shifts. Mindfulness practices like focusing on your breath or asking yourself, "What's really going on here?" can help you stay grounded. Couples who embrace mindfulness in communication report less tension and more compassion. It's not about winning the argument, it's about staying connected, even in disagreement. Mindfulness creates space to truly listen instead of reacting out of frustration. Our brains are naturally wired for connection. When we argue, the amygdala, the brain's stress center, triggers a flood of adrenaline. However, when someone validates us, the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for logic and empathy, becomes activated. This is more than just emotional theory, it's grounded in neuroscience. Chronic conflict can negatively impact memory, mood, and decision-making, while positive communication can lower cortisol levels and promote long-term brain health. You know, each calm and respectful conversation acts as a small workout for your emotional resilience and mental clarity. And honestly, a peaceful mind truly starts with peaceful communication. You know, a lot of people avoid conflict out of fear. They either shut down or just give in. But the thing is, unresolved issues don't just disappear. They kind of hang around, and honestly, they tend to grow over time. When we approach conflict with curiosity instead of criticism, it can actually turn into an opportunity for growth. Every disagreement, even the tough ones, gives us insight into our values, our boundaries, or maybe even some emotional blind spots we didn't realize we had. Taking a moment to reflect on these situations by asking, "What did I learn about myself?" or "How did I react and why?" Well, that really helps foster emotional intelligence. It's a simple step, but it can make a big difference. In fact, therapists have noticed that couples who take time to debrief after arguments often end up growing closer. They're able to turn that tension into teamwork, instead of just tiptoeing around each other. It might surprise you, but how you eat and sleep can significantly impact how you handle arguments. When you're sleep-deprived or fueled by sugar and caffeine crashes, your patience takes a nosedive. Research even shows that couples are more likely to argue after a poor night's sleep. Similarly, diets lacking essential nutrients like magnesium or omega-3 fatty acids can make your moods more volatile. Healthy eating supports emotional stability, so if conflict seems to be a recurring theme, it might be worth examining your habits. A well-rested, well-nourished body and mind are far better equipped for calm, compassionate communication. After all, you can't have a productive conversation when you're running on empty. Boundaries aren't about building walls, they're about creating bridges. They help you communicate what's okay and what isn't, without blaming or shaming. For example, saying, "I need time to cool off before we talk," sets a clear boundary that fosters safety and understanding. When boundaries are unclear, resentment can build. Studies show that couples who openly discuss boundaries report higher trust and fewer misunderstandings. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about protecting your peace while staying connected. They allow you to stay true to yourself while remaining open to others. Clear, kind limits are the foundation of empowered communication. Self-awareness acts like your inner GPS, helping you realize when you're getting off track. When you snap, shut down, or overreact, it's often not about the moment itself, but something deeper. Perhaps an old wound, a fear of rejection, or stress from another part of life. Identifying your emotional triggers can stop you from blaming others for your reactions. A helpful exercise is to journal after a disagreement. What happened? What did I feel? And why? Over time, this creates a map of your emotional patterns. Awareness gives you choices, and choices lead to healthier, more intentional responses. Resilience isn't about avoiding life's knocks. It's about bouncing back stronger, and relationships are a key part of that process. Studies show that emotionally safe relationships help people recover from stress faster and build lasting confidence. Knowing someone is in your corner, even after a disagreement, gives you the strength to face life's challenges. Open, respectful communication during tough times strengthens your bond and builds resilience. In the end, connection isn't a sign of weakness, it's the very foundation of strength. Kids are always watching, especially when it comes to how we handle conflict. When they see you stay calm, mirror their feelings, and set healthy boundaries, they learn that big emotions aren't something to fear, they're signals to be understood. You know, research shows that children with emotionally intelligent parents tend to perform better in school and have stronger relationships with their peers. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to be present. The next time your child is upset, try mirroring and validating their emotions. For example, you could say, "You're really frustrated because your toy broke." That makes sense. This helps them name their feelings, process them, and trust you to guide them through it. Mindful communication transforms more than just your relationships. It shifts your mindset, improves your health, and deepens your self-awareness. You become calmer, responding instead of reacting. You feel more connected, empowered, and at peace. And here's the amazing part. That calm is contagious. Your empathy creates a ripple effect, touching your kids, your partner, your co-workers, even strangers. This isn't just about resolving conflicts. It's about building a life centered on growth and connection. So stop fighting and start growing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.